Hold up. Slide in, I slide out. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Slide in, I slide out. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah.
So, Whoopi Goldberg. Let's talk about Whoopi Goldberg today. I really wasn't gonna focus on this subject, but everybody keep it coming.
So here we have both Jewish and Germans. I'm trying to look and see what the racial differences are here. I don't know. Tell me.
Shut the fuck. Shut up.
They keep it coming, and I gotta keep making material regardless of how I feel.
Okay, so riddle me this. If Jewish is a race for people, why don't they ask if you're Jewish when it comes to the race section on the application for employment? It should have a Jewish section to click, but it's not.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
And how low my confidence in my channel is. I still have to continue making videos, so...
On The View, Whoopi specifically said that the Holocaust was not about race, but man's inhumanity to man.
This man has no dick.
So... You already know I don't like Whoopi Goldberg. I do not like Whoopi Goldberg. I think she's a spoiled liberal who lacks empathy. Now, I'm listening to her comments about the Holocaust. She says this is not about race. It's about man's inhumanity towards man.
The Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about race.
It is.
Well,
No,
it's about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
Man's inhumanity towards man. In all honesty, I could pretty much associate that statement with any wrongdoing that anybody does to anyone else. That is mankind's inhumanity to somebody who is also a man. The race between black and white people, man's inhumanity towards man. Black people kill white people, man's inhumanity towards man. It all pretty much go in the same boat of you just being an asshole. And that's what I consider racism. I throw racism in the same category as stupid. If you believe that somebody is inferior to you, then you're pretty stupid. Now, because everybody is human. Now, back to Whoopi Goldberg. So she makes an apology. She in this apology, she pretty much states that she didn't know anything. And that's sad because you are on a show that millions of people watch, and knowing that you don't know everything, you still have an opinion about everything. That's very sad. If you knew that you didn't know anything about the Holocaust, you probably should have kept your mouth shut, but you didn't. Your coworkers knew she didn't. Her coworkers knew she didn't. They stopped and paused like, where is she going with this?
It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because you...
And they gave her a chance to explain it, and it come out stupid. Well, I didn't think it was about race. I thought it was about man's inhumanity towards man. What are you talking about, Whoopi? That's everything. That is everything. Now, you ever heard the red coats? I understand the red coats, and I understand that Hitler wanted to create the perfect race. He didn't like black people. He didn't like Hispanic people. He didn't like nothing but white people. And he did not consider Jewish people as pure white people.
Don't
Yes, that was racist. Only Jews were killed. 6 million Jews and 1.5 million healthy, beautiful children. What are you talking about?
Race. You get me? So he wanted to eradicate this race of people. He killed their father. He killed the mother. He killed the daughter. He killed the son. He even killed the dog. That's how serious his tour of cleanup throughout Germany.
I want to talk about Whoopi Goldberg's recent remarks about the Holocaust, where she said that the Holocaust was not about race, it was about Germans oppressing Jews, and both were groups of white people, so it couldn't be a matter of racism. And I understand how this might make sense from a very narrow American perspective, but this is inaccurate for a variety of reasons. The first thing to acknowledge is that there were roughly 12 million victims in the Holocaust. About 6 million of those were Jews. The other 6 million were a combination of the Romani, the disabled, political dissidents, the LGBTQ community, as well as anyone else that was deemed socially unacceptable.
It was so big that even black people in America had to fight this war against this man who didn't consider other minority groups to be human. But you have to look at Whoopi from a very liberal standpoint. And that might not be the correct term for what I'm about to say.
Narrow American perspective.
But you'll pretty much understand it when I finish. She is a black liberal. And in her mind, oppression is her area of expertise. When it comes to black people on the left, they don't really have empathy for anybody other than the people on the left. Right now, black people are the most oppressed group in America.
It's simple, my friends. Just stay the at home.
Supposedly. And all the left, people on the left, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they consider that they have a monopoly on this race game. They control the cards of this race game. They back Whoopi because in their mind, they consider no one else is suffering other than black people. If you're not black, then you didn't suffer as much as black people. Therefore, this race card belongs to black people. The Holocaust didn't mean anything to her because it was not associated with black people, and she pretty much states that. You get me? She pretty much states her ignorance as she talks to Colbert.
A real anger because people feel very differently. But I thought it was a salient discussion because as a black person, I think of race as being something that I can see. So I see you and I know what race you are. And the discussion was about how I felt about that. I felt that it was really more about man's inhumanity to man and how horrible people can be to people. And we're seeing it manifest itself these days. But
as she sits there in Colbert's chair and he comforts her, he treats his liberal colleague like she can do no wrong. She is my friend. She is your friend.
You know, as moderator of The View, she has just executive produced a new Lifetime movie called Caught in His Web. Please welcome back to The Late Show, our friend and yours, Ms. Whoopi Goldberg.
Shut the fuck up!
That's how he announces her to the audience because she's there, he's there to make her look better as a person. And I don't know what a lot of people are looking at, but she didn't look good. She looked like Brian Stelter on Colbert. She looked like Don Lemon on Colbert. She looked like the worst of the worst going to the worst of the worst in order to not make her look so worse. Okay, now this video is short because I'm not confident in my ability to speak to anyone anymore because I don't get views. So I'm going to end this video right here, and that's all I gotta say. Whatever. Bye.